Since 1880, the temperature of the Earth has increased more than 1 degree Celsius. This is bad because it causes the polar ice caps to heat up and melt. Since scientists began measuring ice loss in 2002, Antarctica has lost approximately 1,500 gigatons of ice, and Greenland has lost nearly 3,500. Now, you may ask, what happened to all this ice? When the ice sheet melts, the water flows into the ocean and sea levels rise. If all the ice in the world melts, the seas would rise about 230 feet high. This would have devastating impacts on the world, with huge amounts of coastal flooding. For example, look at North America. The eastern and western coasts would disappear, along with major cities such as Washington, Boston, New York, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Seattle, Montreal, and Cancun. The same would be true around the world. Even now, sea levels are rising and threatening coastal lines such as around the Chesapeake Bay. Some island nations are in danger of being totally lost in the next few decades.
The question is, what is the cause of global warming? Well, global warming is caused mainly by the use of fossil fuels by humans. We burn fossil fuels to power our cars and to produce electricity. Burning fossil fuels releases carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, which acts like a glass roof. It lets sunlight in, which provides heat energy. But as carbon dioxide increases, more of this energy gets trapped and causes the surface to warm up. Since prehistorical times, fossil fuels have formed by the compression of dead trees and animals, trapping the carbon under the ground. Some examples of fossil fuels are oil, natural gas, and coal. When these are extracted from the Earth's interior and burned to produce energy, they emit the carbon back to the atmosphere in the form of carbon dioxide.
Carbon dioxide emissions used to come mainly from land use and coal. But now coal, oil, and land use cause equal carbon dioxide emissions, and natural gas is not far behind.
Plants take in some of this carbon dioxide, but because of the amount of carbon dioxide that humans are emitting and the amount of trees we are cutting down due to overpopulation, the plants can't filter it all out of the atmosphere. Some of it goes into the oceans, but about half of it remains in the atmosphere, causing concentrations to grow. Although this is bad, it is still possible for the Earth to recover if we do something to cut down on our carbon dioxide emissions. One thing we can do is to switch to renewable energy sources. Renewable energy is generated from sources in ways that do not emit carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. Some examples of renewable energy are solar, hydro, wind, and thermal. Solar energy is generated using panels that absorb sunlight and change this energy into electrical energy. Solar energy can be generated on small and large scales. For instance, people can put solar panels on their houses to reduce their use of electricity from the grid. Or power companies can build solar energy farms. These are becoming more common in areas with lots of sunlight. Hydropower is generated using water. It extracts energy from the current so that it is usually more common in mountainous regions where gravity causes the water to flow downhill. Dams are built to trap water and control its flow through the turbines, which generate electricity from the water going through them.
Wind power can be generated in regions with high wind speeds. Wind turbine farms are often found on mountain slopes and in plains, and more of them are being built offshore over the oceans, where the winds are known to be strong. Geothermal energy relies on thermal energy stored far underground. Geothermal power stations sink pipes deep into the ground and flow water through them, which is warmed up and returned as steam. This steam can either be used directly to heat the water, which supplies the houses, or else it could be used to drive a turbo generator to produce electrical power. If we invest in new technologies to improve the efficiency of these renewable energy sources, we might be able to stop using fossil fuels. If that happens, we should be able to emit less carbon dioxide than the plants and oceans are removing. Then the amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere will start to decrease and the earth should start to cool again.